Our next presenter grew up in Quebec. She now lives in Connecticut, where when she's not writing, she studies martial arts and dance. Not sure if she does those two things at the same time, but be careful on that dance floor later, folks. The author of the Shana Merchant series, whose short stories have won the Writer's Digest Popular Fiction Awards, please welcome Tessa Wegert.
Hello. So, writers of short crime fiction know that it takes an immense amount of effort to wrangle a compelling plot into such a small package while still telling a really engaging story. Last year, the Short Story Committee read 476 stories by writers who did just that, and 5 of them were so compelling that we are here to honor them tonight. So congratulations to all of tonight's nominees, and I would like to thank our tremendous committee chair, Persia Walker, for managing all of those submissions. Tonight's nominees for Best Short Story are Red Flag, Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Magazine by Gregory Fallis. Backstory, Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Magazine by Charles John Harper. Locked In, Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Magazine by William Burton McCormick. The Amnesty Box, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms by Tim McLaughlin. First You Dream, Then You Die, Black as the Night by Donna Moore. And the Edgar goes to Red Flag by Gregory Fallis, Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Magazine. Is Gregory Fallis here tonight? No. Oh, okay. Oh.
Thank you. Unfortunately, Greg Fallis couldn't be here tonight, but he did write a little something that he asked me to read for him. Let me begin by apologizing for not being here to accept this award. Shortly after learning I'd been nominated, my partner injured her back, and we were uncertain if she'd be able to travel comfortably. And since it seemed improbable to me that I'd actually win, I reluctantly declined the invitation to attend this evening's dinner. I'm not saying that if I'd known I'd won, I'd completely abandoned Ginger and flown to Manhattan, but there's a good chance I'd be standing here in front of you right now, and poor Ginger would be at home eating popcorn and painkillers and watching it all on YouTube. I'm deeply honored to have been nominated and completely gobsmacked to have won. I want to thank Linda Landrigan and everybody at Alfred Hitchcock's Mystery Magazine. They've been incredibly kind and supportive of me. They published my very first short story and several stories afterwards. You have to love a magazine that gives so much support to new writers. That said, I have to confess that I have mixed emotions about my story. It's about a young man who, having survived a mass murder event in California, returns to his childhood home in Lansing, Michigan, hoping to live a quiet, uneventful life. However, he finds himself drawn into a family situation that seems likely to lead to another mass murder. Because Michigan lacks a red flag law enforcement is unable to act. The protagonist, entirely without any social support, must cobble together a plan to try and stop the potential tragedy. The day after I learned I'd been nominated for this award, there was a mass murder in a Lansing high school. 4 dead, 7 wounded, lots of people, his parents, school officials, other students were aware of the shooter's emotional problems. They knew he made vague threats about a mass murder. They knew he had access to a firearm. A red flag law would have allowed the police to remove that firearm, which might have prevented the tragedy. I can't think of my story without also thinking of that mass murder. But that's my concern, and your concern is to eat and drink and have a good time. I wish I were there with you. But in the end, in the wisdom of that immortal Jersey City poet, Cool, who along with his gang encouraged us all to celebrate and have a good time. Thank you.